Good morning, dear colleagues of the media. Good morning to all my friends, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, fathers, mothers, brothers and sisters across Liberia and the rest of the world listening to us through various platforms of the media here in Liberia. I'd like to thank you for taking time this morning to be here. It's not our regular media presentation day, but it was important for us to call you all here this morning at the Ministry of Information, Corporate Affairs and Tourism in the ongoing investigation by the Liberian National Police of the February 22nd incident that occurred at the home of the former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, Honor Councilor Charloe Musu. We all know that because of that incident, one person died, Ms. Charloe Musu, and this has led to an ongoing investigation by the Liberian National Police. There's been much public craving for an update from the police with respect to its ongoing investigation and its work. So today the police have come to provide the public much needed vital information they have gathered in the course of the various contours of investigation, so that the public is brought up to date and speed as to where the police is with respect to the investigation. Without much ado, because time is of the essence here, I'd like to call 103. He's the head of the Crime Investigative Division of the Liberian National Police, Prince Mamba, who leads the police investigation in these matters, to come up to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. All protocols shall observe. Members of the press, our citizens in Radio Land, some 3.5 months ago, the Liberian National Police embarked on a critical investigation into the incident that occurred at the home of former Chief Justice Councilor GLORIA Musu in Lower Virginia, Montreal County, on February 22nd, 2023. During our investigation, all along we have called parties to this investigation as, first of all, the Musu's family as victim or family of the victim. They have been treated as such from the beginning. Others were considered persons of interest. And so the investigation had taken very long because this is a very critical issue that one of our own, a young lady called Charloe Musu, was gruesomely murdered. And so it takes the police all it can to establish or to identify perpetrators of such heinous crime. And that is why we've been so meticulous to come up with facts and not to speculate or to hold the wrong person for the wrong reason. We believe that it's good to free 10 criminals on the basis of the law or for forgiveness than to hold one innocent person. This is something that we are always careful not to do. And so today, we come to let the Liberian people know that this investigation that the Liberian National Police embarked on is coming to a close. We, at this point, have identified suspects, prime suspects, into the murder of Charloe Musu in connection to that incident which occurred on February 22nd at the home of former Chief Justice Councilor GLORIA Musu's car. And to let you know, the prime suspect in this case are Councilors GLORIA Musu's car, Gertrude Newton, Alice C. Johnson, and Rebecca Winslow. Those are all occupants of the house during the time of the incident. One will ask why this family is being held as prime suspect. The theory is it has been established, including beyond all reasonable doubt, first of all, that there was no intruder, as is being speculated or being alleged. No intruder at all. And because we are saying no intruder at all, we want to go to the extent that you, our Liberian people, a member of the folk estate, will know the home that we are talking about, the protection that this home had, how fortified the home is, to even have the slightest thought that this home will be infiltrated by an unknown person and commit crime and escape again. This is what we want you to know, that the police have got no reason to accuse anybody falsely. We have got nothing to hide. We have done this work in partnership with other stakeholders, credible stakeholders, and citizens alike. We've got witnesses, credible witnesses, who at the appropriate time will appear in court to testify. And so I've come with me the deputy, my immediate deputy, is Commissioner Emmanuel Jibikan. He's the deputy for crime investigation, criminal intelligence, and Interpol affairs of the Liberian National Police. He's been supervising this investigation while we provide guidance. We have with us Assistant Commissioner Blade, or Deputy Commissioner Blade, sorry. Deputy Commissioner Blade is the Deputy Commissioner for Crime Services. He's the lead investigator, and closely assisted by Assistant Commissioner Moru A. Dennis, the Chief Criminal Investigator Republic of Liberia. And then, in contemporary policing, we are effective, only effective if we have people who run the intelligence for us. And so we came with our Deputy Chief of Intelligence, who have been working in the background to unveil some of the stuff that we're looking for, give us some of the credible information that will lead us to successfully concluding this case and prosecuting perpetrators. And so we got a full house where the incident took place, the incident scene, and some of the, we're not going to go into detail because there is tomorrow for court. So we're going to give you an overview of how the home of Councilor GLORIA Musu's car looked like. And he will give you the details. Not to take much of our time, I pause for now to listen to Commissioner Blake.
Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Inspector General. Basically, member of the Hope Estate, following the ongoing investigation, I would like to display to you or 3D dimension of Councillor Scout resident. This is a 3D dimension of Councillor Scout resident that will be developed by our engineers. This is the kitchen of Councillor Scout. This is the garage, pantry. This is the living room quarter. The side of the building is the sleeping quarter. As you can see, this house is being protected by an iron door here, iron door, iron door, iron door, and another iron door. This house is heavily protected. And as you can see, this is a one-story building. This place is cast. This is a pictorial view of the house. It's an Oscar building. So this entire place is cast. So, as you can see, in this room is the children's room. This is where we have two of the suspects along with the victim, which is the deceased. In this other room, we have one of our suspects, Rebecca Wisner. In this room, this room has been occupied by suspect Councillor Scout. This is Councillor Scout bathroom, and this is another empty room, and this is the empty room bathroom. So, this house, like I said, is heavily guarded by part of these doors, these iron doors. And the window bar is being installed in a way informed that no intruder can make a way in, neither can any intruder make a way out, except by way of another intervention. So our investigators, our crime scene investigator, visited the crime scene. We did a walk around of the entire building. From our analysis, it was proven that indeed it was not possible at any point in time for an intruder to have made their way into this house. One may ask about the lighting condition of this house. At night, there's a generator placed on. So I say, well, alleged that an arrow was in the house. It's not true. There were lights in this house during the commission of the crime. The only way residents of the house were able to come out on the day of the incident is by an intervention of a security guard who was posted here and applied force on one of the window bars that we used narcotics before the residents were able to exit the house, which is three of our suspects. So at the time of that action, the entire place was still sealed up to the time community members responded to aid based on the alarm. This place was completely sealed up. Upon the entry of the community member, they searched room by room with the lights and the visibility stay clear. So none of these persons were able to testify that there was an intruder. So, member of the listening public, member of the folk estates, this is our diagram.
Before we can go further, you may want to know what intervention those that came to assist.
No, it's okay.
What intervention did they make? The window that was cracked open for three of the suspects to come out was the very window through which we had community members entering to go and apprehend the alleged or the so-called armed robber. But when they entered and searched, they saw no one else besides Councillor Scott and deceased Charloe Musu. At the time, she was not a deceased. All right? You also note that besides their presence, 3 security guards, one of whom was a relative who was outside posted. When they heard the yelling sound of someone cry within the building. I don't want you to know that.
So, in addition to the structure, we have this house, like I said, the iron doors. All the doors you see, they are being guarded by iron doors and a wooden door. This door leading to the living quarter is also have an iron door and a wooden door for lock. So, like I said, this facility is under like a maximum security, on a maximum security level. So, for analysis, it was shown that it was proven there was no intruder. Thank you very much.
Thank you for Commissioner Blake, thank you for the presentation. And so we have arrested, as we speak, suspect GLORIA Musu, along with 3 others, have been arrested since yesterday, as of yesterday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And because of the gravity of this issue, same thing, murder case, you will understand that they will no longer be at their private home while investigation is going on. They are being investigated on 3 charges. You want to know that. These people are being investigated on 3 charges, ranging from murder, criminal conspiracy, and false report to law enforcement officials. Those are the 3 charges they are being investigated on. And as we speak, for your knowing, we have habeas corpus on us. It will interest you to know that these people were arrested yesterday in the afternoon. The Miranda rights were read to them. All along, no one had been declared suspect until yesterday. And so, as a matter of professionalism, as a matter of law, their rights were read to them, making them to know that they are the prime suspect of the crime. And to our surprise, we got habeas corpus on us. And so we'll be responding to that habeas corpus through our counsel this afternoon. To tell the court, maybe the court want to know why we're holding them. So we explain to them why we are holding them. But as per law, we use the revised penal law of Liberia as our guide. So we're not doing anything outside the law. The reason why the case has dragged is it started from the beginning, very onset. You also want to know why you, as a victim, somebody according to you have intruded your home and inflicted a wound on one of you or killed one person, and you want to report this case to the police. Why would you want a lawyer to be present before you report your case? That have been the case. Some of the delay that we endured, we would have solved this case ever since. But regrettably, we were not given due cooperation by our suspects now. So that has been some of the reasons why the case delayed. And so, like I said, because of the gravity of this case, our suspect, Charloe Musu, and 3 others are with the police. And within the statutory period of 48 hours, they will be proceeding to court. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. The last one is...
Let's listen now, please.
The last one, I will start from down. He wants to know why they didn't send a case to court yesterday and where the suspect. If you were accused of killing human being or rape or again armed robbery, those are major state crimes that on our laws are not available. You understand? So the issue of the question of where did she sleep, of course, she slept at the police headquarters, in police custody, in our police cell. Like any other human being before the law, that's how the law enforcement acts. So when a suspect, especially in a murder case, is being arrested by police, the police will give you due courtesy, they respect you, they protect you. Everything is according to you, but you have to be in police custody in our police cell. So to answer your question, she did sleep in a police cell, and she's well, she's very fine. Though I'm not a medical doctor, but from her posture, from her appearance, she's very strong. Somebody asked about the status of Mayor Jefferson T. Koji and Valley Teller, who were accused by Liberian Councilor GLORIA, who resides in the United States of America. The investigative report will have full detail on their status, but for the better, for our own benefit, today we want to tell you that these two accused persons, including others that in subsequent time we call their name, we've got no sufficient, in fact, no evidence at all to link them to this crime. So, Jefferson T. Koji and Valley Teller, to be specific, that's why we repeat their names, have got nothing to do with this murder case, because there's no evidence to link them to this investigation. The one who divulged the information to the public before the police would get in touch with him is Councilor GLORIA, who had repeatedly said to us, we have no evidence, whether documentary or whatsoever, but he was giving us information that we can use. And that information we use, it was not sustained. It was not information that we can use to prosecute people. But had no valid evidence. What has the investigation established to say? There are other valid evidence or pieces of evidence that we have that are being reserved for court proceedings, which we cannot divulge at this public space. So, arrest must be based on probable cause. That's all I can tell you. So we've got all probable cause to have them arrested and to be reported to court. We could not have sent this case to court yesterday because the law provides for us a space at which we can process people. Like I said to you, if you listen, if you follow our investigation, every time we come here to give you information, we have not, at no point in time, announced anybody to be prime suspect. It was yesterday. So having prime suspect in the case yesterday gave us the time to work overtime, against time, to ensure that their rights are not violated within the starting period of 48 hours. So in subsequent time, within that time frame, they'll be arraigned before court. That's why they were not sent to court yesterday, because there are a lot of processes we have to go through within that time. That time is no longer for investigation. It's for processing party litigants to court. Which one of the rooms was the victim found? Of course, in the bathroom of one of the suspects from the GLORIA bathroom. The suspect was found, are we together? Was found in the bathroom of Councilor GLORIA Musu's car. There she was picked up through the hospital. Somebody wants to know our partners. You are number one partner, very important one in the media. You are number one partner to this endeavor. And we want to appreciate you for your cooperation, the level of understanding, and the way you work with us to come this far. We want to appreciate you very highly. And there are other partners whose name we cannot call. That's why contemporary policing has to do with intelligence. So I will not divulge the source of intelligence to you. This is very important for us. That you, the journalists, If I ask you for now the judgment day, you never give me your source. So why would you expect me to do that? It's unprofessional on my part to do so. So there are a lot of good partners, including yourself. I'm saying it because we can see vividly your cooperation. You are helping us now to send information to the people who are yearning for justice in this country. I want to say thank you again. Yeah, somebody asked for no more questions in the house. That's very important. There were 4. That includes the deceased, Charloe Musu, 5, right? So 4 are in our custody. Somebody said 3 persons in our custody. No, there are 4. Councilor Musu's cat and 3 others, making it 4 suspects right now. So 5 occupants, one of which is the deceased, Charloe Musu. Does that answer your question? Thank you.
You telling me, I said that you are our partners in this process and keep being our partners. So let me, before we end this press conference, let me invite the Minister of Information who will close this press briefing. And then we leave and come back tomorrow for an important press conference. That ends. Your question is, please.
Thank you, but before I say my closing remarks, I'd like to call Deputy Commissioner Jacket, who wants to say something.
Thank you, Commissioner Jidika. Emmanuel Doe Jidika. We want you to also note that when the resident, the community member, enter through the window, through which get through Alice and Mary Rebecca, etc., and searched. Later, they went to Councilor Scott, and she provided the house key for both the house and the gate. Okay? You will know that those who went in used the key to open the panel door as well as the steel door that was still locked up to the time they exited. I want to be to take due note of that. So it means that the house remained. So there was no way for anyone to have exited because security tower was still posted where people entered to go to provide rescue operation. And that you will note analysis revealed that all those who lay in there, I think my chief said it, are all female. And to add on, all our suspects are all female. So you know that. Thank you, brother.
Okay, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the media, let me bring this media engagement with the police to an end with just a simple appeal to all of us. First, the media, not to try to judge this case in the court of public opinion. Allow for the justice system to do its work. Yes, we can discuss the merits and demerits of the various arguments when the case is forwarded to court. But please ensure that we do not give verdicts and act as though we are lawyers and judges in judging this case before the court itself can do its work. I'd like to appeal to the public also to allow the justice system of the criminal justice system of our country to also do its work. So all of us Liberians, remember there's an adage in law. One is assumed innocent until proven guilty. We should not try to vilify nor to impugn guilt or non-guiltiness, or non-guilt, so to speak, until our courts competent enough to hear this case, hear it, and pass judgment. Councillor Scott is a former Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. It is unfortunate that this situation has occurred, but she remains innocent until the law finds her guilty through court of competent jurisdiction. Let's allow for the process to take place in civility, in sobriety, and in peace. We've already seen some lot of political agitation. We are advising those planning to desist. The country is a country of laws. It's not of men, strong men. We've seen the era of strong men in our country, and we know what it cost us. Let's allow for the rule of law to take place. All of us, I'm sure members of the family, members of the public, the government itself, we all want justice to prevail in this matter. So let's allow for the justice system to do its work. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press, I'd like to thank you for taking time to be here this afternoon. God bless.